Alright, ladies, let's go. Where do we go? What do we do? Meet Unman's parents.
I'm right behind you.
Okay, let's go.
You lead, I'll follow.
I don't want you to follow me anymore. I'm mad at you. So, are we having a talk now, or are we just...
Why, sure. It's you.
It's us, Mother. We're here to...
How dare you two come back to our home? You should rot in oblivion for playing with your disgusting magic. Even now, I can't begin to imagine what terror would you wrought with that dangerous power. Fools, you will suffer for those spells of yours. You are no son and daughter of mine unless you'd give it up. I would never recognize a mage child as my own.
Don't look
Have
at
you
me
finished
like
your
that.
pretty speech? Then let's listen to what this mage has to say. You ignorant, stubborn, and self-absorbed yokels would never accept the new and better because of your fear, your hatred, and your arrogance. I've seen many kinds of countrymen. In ALINOR, Cyrodiil, Hammerfell, and here in Skyrim. Your kind is the worst among all I've seen. Fear however you like. But hating something simply because of your poor knowledge, mere suspicion, and even superstition? You are only troubles and burdens to this world. Nothing more than pests that devour the achievement the others have built. I used to think I hated all of you for what your entire fucking village had done to me and Onman when we were but children. But now, I don't think I hate you. I'm bloody ashamed of all of you.
Spoke my mind, sis.
Please don't
Now,
watch this, sis. It just doesn't
Did you
fit.
truly hate your own children for no better reason than our abilities? I want the truth, here and now.
So what? I tell you, you be the true ignorant people, and know nothing about yourselves, and you call that God's punishment to yourselves. You know the world would be a better place if there be no fucking magic. The gods lead us through, and your vile sorcery will just destroy the gods' mercy. You damned mages, we do not have mage children.
Enough! We're here for nothing but the information on the Psijics. Once we get what we're
Why are we
looking for,
wasting our time
we don't
here?
even want to see you ever again. If you don't have it, then don't waste my time yelling pointless nonsense. I've got more important things to do than talking to monsters like you.
So that is what you want from us, huh? You're pitiful. You have no respect for your parents and your tradition.
As if you even care. Ask yourselves, what have you ever done as father and mother? You expected your children to do as you decree. Have you ever even thought, even for a mere second, that we were your children, not your slaves? Instead, you'd only command us like your underlings, take from us like your slaves. You were and are unfit to be parents. You should have cut your balls knowing you never had the guts and ability to father a child. Let's
How dare
leave
you
these
talk
piles
to your
of shit.
father in this
There's
manner?
only useless things
I'm
we can
your
get
father.
here.
You be
No.
supposed to
Stay.
obey me, you little
Your
runt.
mother orders you. We haven't lectured you enough.
Can we just
It's
leave?
useless. We'd better find those Psijics ourselves.
Are you alright,
what
sister?
do you mean ourselves? Did you
No.
want to ask your
I had
parents
to
for
express
help?
my anger for what they did to us, but just hearing their voices has made all those childhood scars swell again.
I don't want to know. I have
When
no
they used
pity for you
torches
right
to
now.
burn our
I'm
limbs.
angry at both
When
of
they
them.
tied us to the needle chairs, locked us
Oh,
in the lightless
Jesus
underland.
Christ.
I'd rather talk about the mission for now.
Okay.
It's indeed hard to let go of what we've been through. But I agree. We're here for the mission, and we cannot let the past haunt us further. If we don't stop the Psijics, we'll all be dead.
Why
None of what
do we
happened will
need to
matter.
stop the Psijics?
But we don't have
Still,
any lead for
no
them.
one has explained that to me.
Besides, our conversation with those bastards has greatly disturbed your mind.
Her mind is already disturbed. Both your minds are
I
disturbed.
see that you're not in the best condition to cast it.
We don't need any lead or the trail spell. This basin is so small. Plus, there are a few caves for them to hide in. If we search for them separately, the citizens will have even less chance to escape.
I don't think so. It'd be too dangerous to go alone. They may be desperate, but they're still powerful mages. We should stick together.
Oh, come on! I can handle myself. They're crushed by the eye's energy. I warrant they can barely cast a fireball in their current condition. Besides, you've been partners for quite a bit of time.
Why would they be crushed?
You two will work well as a team.
No.
It'd be more efficient to do it separately. We want this done as soon as possible,
no,
don't we?
no. I'm not gonna leave you alone.
They're injured,
Because
they can't
you're
be much of a
evil and
challenge.
I don't trust you.
Well,
No!
we need to be watchful. There are only so many risks I can take when my own sister's life is at stake.
No, she's got a
Don't be vigilant,
plan.
brother.
She's evil.
Though
Look
this
at
is
her.
the cutest part. We really shouldn't let this cloud ourselves. We are educated by ALINOR on.
Oh my
Can
god.
those rabble
we were
really
ALINOR.
challenge the best of the Dominion? They can't.
Can't even pronounce
Let's
it.
move on already. This basin gives me the ache I had back then, when those wretches were still hitting us with torches.
I don't need any
I'll
details.
search the northern caves, and you the southern ones. If you want to discuss anything with me, you better do so now.
Oh,
The
dude,
Cedric's delicate condition
much
is in our
things to
favor.
discuss.
The time isn't. We can talk, but it cannot be lengthy.
Okay. Okay, lady. Why would I want any quiet time with you? Tell me more about your mission, High Rock.
If Oldman thinks you can be trusted, I guess I can tell you something about it.
Awesome. Who sent you to High Rock, dear
Archon
High
Thindrel
Archon?
herself personally gave this mission to me. She wanted me to remove Julio Mathalon, the Imperial Governor in High Rock. Whether she truly wanted to remove one of the sources of the sufferings in High Rock, or if she was just finally beginning to take High Rock. Her purpose doesn't matter. Julio Mathalon was a filth on Tamriel, and I will let no filth taint this world.
You seem to hate Julia Matthew to a great deal.
He was the son of Gaius Mathalon, a powerful counselor in the Elder Council, and a staunch supporter of the Meads. The Mathalons are the worst bastards
And what's the
in Tamriel.
problem with
Rivaled
the Meads?
only by House Moutier.
Moutier, I
The
heard of
Empire
those,
is so
but I haven't
great
heard of
at making
those
cunts
yet
powerful.
in this Dragonborn
Julio
playthrough,
Mathalon
but
is
we
nothing
will
unlike
hear
his
of
father and
those.
siblings. Cruel, merciless, arrogant, sadistic. He's a lunatic.
Like you.
If there's one thing where he and his family differ, it'd be his witless brain. The Mathalons are renowned, cunning men. Except Julio.
The ugliness of Moutier, I've heard his name before.
The Moutiers own a large land in High Rock, and are one of the shareholders of the East Empire Company. A few Moutiers in the Elder Council as well. It's not surprising that you know this infamous name. Especially if you're from Cyrodiil or High Rock.
I'm not.
The Moutiers look as if they are bootlickers of Titus Mead II. But they're plotting something against him. I found it, and I shall wait and see.
The ugliness of nobility. It is one of those noble pigs that makes nobody. The ugliness of nobility.
Exactly. With this fool not named Mathalon, I can guarantee that High Rock would have been so much better.
Those noble pigs.
That's what I think.
But a fool can't cost much.
No. Not when the fool was given so much power by his father and his father's master on the Ruby Throne.
Tell me the cause of High Rock's disputes.
It will be quite lengthy. Tell me when you want me to stop.
Okay, it is.
Julio Mathalon had been begging his father for a high position ever since he knew how to talk. Gaius Mathalon promised a seat in the Elder Council, yet the spoiled kid wasn't satisfied. He wanted to rule the land of his own. Then, the kind and loving father poisoned the Imperial Governor of High Rock, who was one of the few good officers in the Empire. With the position emptied, Gaius used his influence and gold to make way for his son to fill it. Giulio just... and waited for his presence. It will be quite lengthy. Gaius Mathalon promised a seat in the Elder... Then, the kind and loving father poisoned the Imperial Governor of High Rock, who was one of the few good officers in the Empire. With the position emptied, Gaius used his influence and gold to make way for his son to fill it. Giulio just sat and waited for his presence. Being an Imperial Governor has its perks. Even the High King of High Rock has to pay respect to him. And that's when the nightmare began. The King of Farron realized how depraved Giulio was. So he presented Giulio his beautiful daughter for his enjoyment. In return, Giulio helped him out. The Kings of Farron and Gehenna were bitter enemies. But, until the death of Giulio's predecessor, none had taken actual action against each other. With a fool such as Giulio leading the Legion in High Rock, things escalated quickly. The King of Farron accused the Queen of Gehenna of murder and treason, and demanded Gehenna's lord to hand over his wife, or face dire consequences. Gehenna's king didn't know his enemy had already allied with Giulio Mathalon. You can see what happened next. If you think it's boring, I can stop for now.
No, please continue. I'm enthralled.
If you say so. The King of Gehenna, though he wasn't exactly a good and benevolent lord, loved his wife a great deal. Knowing Gehenna's king had refused what he demanded, the King of Farron gladly marched to Gehenna, along with his army. Just as what the King of Farron told him to, Giulio Mathalon and his legionnaire went to Gehenna to help its defense. When the army of Farron arrived at Gehenna's walls, Giulio's legionnaire assassinated the King of Gehenna and took over the city. Gehenna fell, but the King of Farron was also killed in the battle against the remaining Gehenna guards. That left both cities lawless. The Imperial Governor then killed the heirs of both kings and claimed both cities. Thing is, the ignorant governor had no idea that Wayrest's queen and Shornhelm's prince consort were in fact the children of Farron's king. The High King in Daggerfall was also the secret lover of Gehenna's queen, and the actual father of Gehenna's princess as well. The story is about to truly begin. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
The High King, despite his obsession with Gehenna's queen, was too weak to stand against the Imperial Governor, thinking that would make him a traitor. He worried too much about name and honor, refusing to be branded traitor to the Emperor. He compromised the Governor. Giulio Mathalon, an Imperial, had become the king of 2 High Rock kingdoms. While I don't believe those Bretons care about the honor of their race very much, this apparently offended the nobles who lost their loved ones. Just within a month, Wayrest and Shornhelm had jointly organized a large-scale rebellion against the High King. The High King called the support of Camlorn to fight the rebellion, but they were failing in the beginning. The rebellion got the upper hand. He knew that he must seek help from the Legion, but his pride kept him from doing so. So the King of Camlorn failed and died defending the city. Camlorn was sacked, its citizens robbed, raped, slaughtered by the troops of Wayrest and Shornhelm. The High King decided to continue the fight. Daggerfall couldn't endure the fight. Everyone except its king knew it. To avoid sharing Camlorn's fate, Daggerfall's princess made a decision. The princess murdered her father and proposed to Giulio Mathalon. The joining of High Rock's royalty in House Mathalon would crush the rebellion. Want me to continue?
Yes, please.
The princess was assassinated before she could even reach Giulio Mathalon. Such irony. She was assassinated by the house ruling Wayrest. You'd think Wayrest's king feared the joining of Daggerfall and the Legion. Quite the opposite. The King of Wayrest had realized the usefulness of an imperial governor, especially a foolish one. He proposed his son to Gaius Mathalon's daughter. Why? He basically didn't care about his father and siblings-in-law's deaths. All that he did to make himself more powerful in the Empire. His wife objected, so he hanged her for treason. With Farron controlled by Julio Mathalon, the daughter of Farron's old king was useless to Wayrest. Gaius Mathalon understood the benefits of allying the future High King of High Rock, so he agreed to the proposal and sold his own daughter to Wayrest. Wayrest's prince, Arland, fell in deep love with Gaius' daughter as they met. Such a lovely couple. They didn't last long in such an unfriendly time. Soon, the couple had their first daughter, and Wayrest betrayed Shornhelm in a fight. Shornhelm's ruling house was taken captive after they lost. Wayrest then proceeded to take Daggerfell, which was already lawless. The King of Wayrest thus crowned himself High King of High Rock. Oh, it's far from over yet, but I can see you're already snoring. Should I continue?
Yes, please. I'm not really following anymore, but go on.
The King of Northpoint swore fealty to the new king. Yet evermore
High
remained
Rock
neutral over
politics
disputes.
are just a pain in the
Just when
butt, as
everyone in
far as
High
I'm
Rock thought there was
concerned.
finally peace, everything turned
Political
upside
intrigue
down.
everywhere.
Julio Mathalon declared himself the rightful owner of High Rock, and demanded Evermore to support his claim. The King of Evermore did not respond, so Julio ordered his legion to sack Evermore. Evermore was hopeless to stand against the Legion. This Julio was completely out of sense and control. Gaius had no idea what to do next, as there was only one way to secure House Mathalon's power. Gaius had to make a hard decision. He must kill his own son, before his ignorant actions destroy both High Rock and House Mathalon. You know what? They say politicians never live long. Gaius was killed by some assassins before he could dispatch his men to Julio. According to my investigation, Amulius Salvian, also known as Chancellor of the Empire, Lord of Coral, Champion of Cyrodiil, was behind it. Julio, with the Legion's might and full control of the Mathalon Gold, initiated another war. Wayrest was massacred. Evermore burned to the ground. Julio made his shoelookers and traitors to Wayrest the new kings and queens. Among them, the King of Daggerfell became the new High King. Thus, the war was over, and the terror had begun. Nobles plotted against each other at the expense of their people. All for nothing but power. Love, friendship, family, bonds. They are all worthless before the temptation of power and influence. Such is High Rock. Such is the Empire. And such is politics.
What happened next?
If you're really interested, I could tell you more.
Yes, tell me. Please.
Arland, the Prince of Wayrest, had escaped from Julio Mathalon's slaughter, and ran to Archon Thindrel. He knew the Emperor cannot be relied on. He pledged his allegiance to Archon Thindrel, and told her everything he knew about his homeland. He was rather honest, and quite certain. Then, Archon Thindrel sent the best she had to High Rock, to do what must be done. With the intelligence Arland had provided us, I went to High Rock disguised as another homeless girl. In Daggerfall, I witnessed hunger and poverty. In Shornhelm, I witnessed treachery and atrocity. In Northpoint, I witnessed sorrow and darkness. High Rock was turned into a land of shadows, reigned by the golden tyranny of the Imperial corruption.
It's really Mathalon's and the nobles fault, not the Empire's. I don't want stupid, just go on.
I saw what the nobles of Shornhelm did to the people. After the Lords of Rivenspire betrayed Arland and his brother to Julio Mathalon, some of them were granted new lands and titles. Yet none had held concrete claim to the throne of Shornhelm. The nobles, through speech and force, fought each other for the control of the city. The people who suffered in these conflicts were not the nobles, but the helpless common people. Raped, tormented, slaughtered. These nobles would use the people as means to entertainment, to relieve what stress they've built up in their power play. Disgusting. Yet, I had to refrain myself from killing all those bastards, because the only damn life that my mission required me to claim was Julio Mathalon's.
If you do, I'd have killed all of them myself. That's what you should do, finish a mission the way you better need you to.
Perhaps, but not necessarily. Want me to talk about the next part of the story?
Yes, please. Go on.
Trying to neglect
How
the
long
crimes
is
these
this?
nobles had committed to the people, I told myself to rush to Daggerfell, where Julio Mathalon was visiting. I couldn't, not even for Thindril's politics. One by one, I slew those rapists and murderers, and avenged the weak and innocent, slit through their throats, cut them open, and burned them alive. I made my way to Daggerfall eventually, where the common people were tormented and made fun of, and the nobles feast on the most expensive meal. There, I used a simple illusion spell to infiltrate the castle of Daggerfall, and met the High King by accident. The High King proposed an alliance with the Dominion against the Empire. He wanted to truly control the realm, instead of being a fool's puppet.
You agreed?
Yes, sort of. As I accepted his offer, he helped me disguise as an ordinary serving maiden. In a party 2 days later, I'd be serving wine to Julio Mathalon. The High King suggested poison, but that's not creative enough for our dear governor. I knew that depraved fool would be tempted by me, especially after my spell on him that increased his lust. After the party, I went to his bedroom alone to do some cleaning. Just as I expected, this Julio Mathalon suddenly appeared and tried to rape me. I soul-trapped him and paralyzed him before he acted, and used a spell that would bring out a slow death for him, make him suffer for the entire night. He issued an order that no one could disturb his rest. Thanks to this wit of his, he would be dead by the time anyone else could enter his room. After Julio Mathalon's fate was sealed, I decided to make good use of the poison that the king had given me. I wish I could see those nobles' faces when they were worrying which funeral they should attend to. The High Kings are the true kings.
Such an irony. I love it.
Irony? Perhaps. I returned to ALINOR with the good news. Archon Thindril was delighted to hear the death of Julio Mathalon, and Arland more so. Unexpectedly, Archon Thindril pardoned me for killing the unnecessary, and gave me some time to take my rest. Throughout the night, I had been thinking about what I'd witnessed and did in High Rock. Will everything change? Become better after what I've done? Can the woman in High Rock finally live with dignity and safety? Men in there, at long last, work without the fear of death and oppression. Julio Mathalon was dead, but House Mathalon would still find themselves the new patron, and another corrupt imperial governor would take his place. The High King was dead, but there would always be conflicts and power play for the highest authority, and fightings for the highest throne. Is what I did pointless, useless after all? The way politics and humanity work, would it always go on and on without change? I couldn't find an answer, and I doubt anyone can. I, as Ingvi, had done all that I could. The rest, only the gods can decide.
Are we done? That's it? I don't want some quiet time with you. I hate you. Both of you. Tell me about your
I guess
brother.
it'd be more appropriate if you asked him yourself.
Stop
There's
shouting.
simply so much about him to tell. So much. I don't even know where to begin, friend.
What's your opinion on this war? You think it's stupid?
Which war?
All of the ones.
Oh, you mean the Civil War of Skyrim,
Oh my
am I
god,
right?
which war?
This
Look, I know so
Skyrim
many
Civil
wars
War,
because
well,
I started it
It's
out.
more of a gang fight. Tell you what, In a random Breton coup, at least 100 men could be involved in the fight. This war, however, I could only count some dozens.
Indeed, this book kind of sucks. I expected more bloodshed and death.
Whoa, that's not what I meant. I was just saying this war doesn't really have the scale of a war. The, land carrying capacity can only support so many soldiers, I suppose.
Well, it's
Well,
a
not every
civil
land can
war,
support
it's not a
large-scale
full-on
battles.
war, really.
But we want the least casualties possible. Just that it's impossible to avoid innocent deaths.
I want
With the
bloodshed
eye,
and
however,
murder.
everything is going to have a bright change.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Do I? Yeah, well, you're that Cassia follower mod, I think.
I've been to many places. Considering my profession,
at least
it's
you-
no surprise that you've
Well,
seen
you
me
look
before.
the same and you have the same
Or maybe
voice
you just saw
actor.
someone who looked like me. Tamriel is full of surprises.
Uh-huh. Well then,
I'm right behind you.
you... I don't have a gift for you anymore. So... can we go then?
Let's get going then.
Is that it? Can we go then?